Did Austria not join? Austria did not join. Interesting. Yeah, Russia was on our side. Austria is supposed to be on the Protestant side. Tyrone joined on our side. That's good. Yeah, Great Britain just stayed out of it. Oh! France was here too. Whoops. Sorry, France. My ships just weren't ready for this just yet. They timed this poorly. And we've got a new ruler, 252. Mr. Oldboy. With a particularly poor heir to the throne. So we have a lot of prestige, so I'm just going to go and get rid of your ass right now. Do I need to get royal ties with you or you? No, unfortunately. I can't quite get this. I think we're going to start focusing military. And I think I'm also going to go and hire a level 3. Probably this guy. Maybe this guy. We do actually have a fair amount of morale. Because we did finish off our national ideas. Castile, do you have defensive? No. Portugal, do you have defensive? Yes. But Portugal, I think, doesn't get morale as a national idea. Nope. But I do still only have 12,000 manpower. So that's a slight concern. Are you going to be able to slip through here? No. We might beat the Castile Navy regardless, however. Which I think, frankly, would be hilarious. And... oh, hold on. Did I upgrade the heavy? No, they're still carracks. Good. They'd upgrade next time. And I'm going to save these for an upgrade with the next Diplotech. Am I on the Catholic or the Protestant side? I'm on the Catholic side despite being Protestant. Mostly because I want to block Castile and Portugal. And Europe is so divided anyway that actually the best outcome for me would be white peace. I want the Treaty of Westphalia. Right, you need to jump on here. We'll send you over here. Meanwhile, lots of battles being fought over there. I could send in the heavies, but I don't think it's particularly worth doing just yet. Meanwhile, Morocco is just raiding the coast, so some things never change. We lost some heavies, not on my actual side, just I think those were French. So, Austria. I need to stop embargoing you. I need to stop embargoing Portugal as well. Though I might keep that one, because it hurts their income. Nah. Hurts mine too. Thankfully, I had invested in upgrading those forts, though none of them will be done yet. And Venice is on our side, so Venice should be able to hold northern Italy for the time being. This is going to be messy. Ooh, and Russia's getting lots of rebels right now. That's also not great. A 542, that's 9, 10, 11 points. That is acceptable. So we shall name you. And you shall henceforth be known as... Kalantir. And we have a 534 Queen Consort. That's pretty good. I'll take that. Right, you can move down here. Ships are on their way over to get some reinforcements. You're half repaired. And we're making a lot of money. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to subsidize the French for 10 ducats a month. And I think I might subsidize Russia as well for a similar amount. Conversions can continue. Cairo is super expensive and would take a long time. I think I'm going to get the cheap ones out of the way first. Did the Knights get that big in an AI game? They did. I'm not even allied with them. This is all their own doing. They just defeated the Ottomans. Like, on their own. I mean, the Ottomans being so weak, that is my doing. Partially. Like, everyone around the Ottomans has just been picking on them. It's been great. Alright, you jump in the ship. Send you over here. Alicante is not mountain, so I don't necessarily want to jump in on them. So I think we'll just sit here until further reinforcements can arrive. At which point I'll have 40,000, so will they. No, I'm okay just sitting here for a bit, to be honest. The French are beating up the Carabas fleet. That's good, because that's going to mean that my own fleet hopefully can do some stuff over here, though I'm fully expecting my colonies to get occupied. If Panama could stay independent and build up a bit more, that would be lovely. But we're just going to sit here, let them take some attrition. Wasn't Macedonia Byzantium earlier in the game? Yes. Venice took them out and then gave most of that land to the Knights. Alright, so Portugal's creeping around here, trying to cause a bit of a nuisance. Portuguese fleet is actually mostly transports. I think I am going to wait for you to get repaired, and then we will attack. So we've got 40,000 men here. We should be able to cause a bit of a nuisance for ourselves with this. So let's do so. They have no general. I do. They have slightly more discipline. Speaking of discipline, let's go ahead and get discipline. Do I want morale? No, let's go for discipline, because discipline will also decrease the number of casualties I myself take. With similar effects to this. So we crush the Portuguese army, Castellans run away, and there it is, victory is ours. So let's back off with you. Portuguese fleet is leaving. So we'll go and grab the final stack. Now we're losing money, but I don't think that's going to last long. What's my professionalism right now? 63. Perfect. It looks like our armies here are doing pretty well. Bohemia is slowly being occupied. Russia's armies are slowly but surely getting into the fray, although I think that Sweden is going to pretty much take Russia out. Unfortunately, my own navies can't contribute very much in the Mediterranean. We can, however, help France against those four with my own lights. And we can certainly blockade the living daylights out of Iberia. Okay, my fleet is repaired. Let's send them out. And you're going to arrive over there soon enough. Do we have any rebel chance? Nope. No rebels. So I'm going to start spying on Castile, so that I can get the siege ability against them. I'm going to keep spying on you, and I'm going to stop spying on Oman. That's not my current area of concern. Then Russia, I'm going to start subsidizing you. Though probably not to the same extent as the French. I might do 5 ducats a month for them. Oh, one other thing I want to do is I wish to declare I have interests for Mercia. If you're feeling kind. Jump on the ships and we will send you over to Tarragona. Okay. Money is flowing again. That is good. So I think I am going to go to the nobility and say, hey, give me some stuff. Let's have the D as well. General. 40 tradition general. I have 66. My generals would actually be better. So, do I want to roll a general, or do I want to get this first? Let's get this first, because that's going to increase the shock of my generals. And then we will need to wait a little while before we can do that. That's fine. Oh, right, yeah, my money went down because we just started hiring better commanders. Or, better advisors. Is this the League War or something else? This is indeed the League War. Hey, Canon. Okay, so it looks like the French Navy is starting to rule supreme. We still have the Portuguese Navy up there, but that's mostly transports. Danish fleet over there. I mean, I could go and try and clear out the Baltic. I would need to get access via somebody, but we could certainly do that. Already locked in. Oh, Portugal's running. Quite wise, Portugal. Quite wise. Victory. Let's chase after them, actually. Let's keep one army here. Alright, second army has arrived. I think I'm going to send you... Well, actually, Toledo is already being sieged down by somebody. Most likely rebels. Let's send you to Murcia, just so I can make my claim to that. And Sevilla is dry land. Toledo is indeed rebel-held. Austria is in a different war. Oh, against Bosnia that way. Okay. France fighting Portugal up there. I'm tempted to send you my fleets, but I shouldn't really. Naples. I would like for you to start sieging stuff down, please. Send you north to go and defend the French, so that the French can keep their focus squarely on the enemy. Right, Russia. I think I've finally got a diplomat free who can give you some subsidies. 5 ducats a month. Off you go. We are, after all, the money bags. Natives continuing to try and make use of the situation and failing. What actually are the sides like? We have 302,000 infantry to their 214, we have 51,000 cavalry to their 60,000, and 68,000 artillery to their 60,000, so we outnumber them by almost 100,000 infantry, but everything else is fairly equal. We have a lot more galleys. We have quite a few more heavies, though that's actually fairly close, very close in lights, and we have quite a few more transports. I think it probably is worth trying to hire an admiral or two. What's my naval tradition? It's only 25. Ugh. Alright, admirals. Frogger pirate. Reasonable. Kind of prefer to have a little more speed, though. Between 3 and 9 pips, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's about as good as I'm going to get for an admiral. So, Frogger Pirate, you can stay in charge of that. Perfect. I don't know where the Castellan armies are. Two of a kind. Our Queen Consort, Alejandra, has impressed many men and women at court with her sharp wit and extensive knowledge of the natural world. She's long been a collector of tomes on botany and chemistry, and she corresponds with several of the generation's brightest minds. So I can get a level 3 production efficiency, which is the same as you, and you're already a level 3. So no, This guy's just going to be made to work harder. Cracks whiff. Okay, so they are bringing in quite a few troops. Here's Castile's army. But my own forces are fighting pretty well. Yeah, we've got this. Easy. Our armies are being surprisingly efficient here. Because we killed 15, 16, 17,000 for 2. Could be the fact that we have such high professionalism. It's also probably part of the fact that we have such good generals. So Bohemia is fully occupied. Who's their leader? Switzerland. Well, I would say you go ahead and... Oh, you still have mercenary forces. I didn't think I had any mercs left. Apparently I did. That's okay, because that's going to reduce the number of people I need to reinforce. Is Lyon really the only fort that they have except for Toledo? Yeah. It is. Okay. And my castles are being finished. Just realised that's actually a mountain fort, so we probably shouldn't hang out too close to that. I mean, we should hang out close to that, because they could reinforce this and it would hurt. Local militias. Many military duties are not performed by the professional armies of the Crown, but rather by local militias based in the cities. I can't really afford either of these. Losing that means that I go below 60%. So I wouldn't be able to disband infantry units anymore to replace them with mercenaries. I'm going to do that right now. You are going to split out 10,000 infantry. And we get the 10,000 manpower. You're going to stand over there, then I'm just going to queue up 10 mercenary infantry. There's 6,000, we can get more later. And I'm going to drop the 5% professionalism. Although what we could do... No, what we're going to do is we're going to take... It's manpower recovery speed though. Fort defense, screw it, we're going to do that. And then we're going to drop this once. We'll still be above, though barely. And that 10,000 manpower has just paid for the 10,000 that we lost. And now my forts are 25% better. I'm okay with this. Let's go and kill this Portuguese army, especially because it is artillery heavy. That's my Panama army dying. Austria made peace with Bohemia. Bohemia will cede 1, 2, 3 provinces to Austria. Will Austria now join the war? Doesn't look like it. Austria is now a great power. Well, congratulations. They're still fighting for Toledo. And Portugal seized Panama. How have you got 23,000? 16. I guess it includes the minions that are following us around. No, we're going to stay where we are. What I might do with youth, though, is split you into your constituent parts, and then just have you blanket siege a bit. We were stack wipes there, but that's just 2,000 men. A drill master par excellence, Bazir Enal, has turned our army into a clockwork automatons that don't flinch on the battlefield. I would love to have that extra stability and 10% discipline, thank you. The Lord Protector of Dagmon has contacted us and offered our traders in the Cape Coast a monopoly on the slave trade in his lands. In return for trading directly with him, rather than any other local chiefs that have supplied us so far, he offers a guarantee of steady and growing supply along with his protection. So we gain 2 production in Cape Coast. It becomes a slave entrepot. What does it produce right now? Tropical wood. You know what? I'm going to accept that. You can always switch it again later. If I decide it's necessary. Right, Lyon's been won, so I'm going to go ahead and split you into your constituent parts, and you're going to go and siege all of those down. Meanwhile, you're going to move over that way. I did want to start recruiting some better generals, this is true. So this is going to be... Didn't mark off Frogger Pirate. Whoops. I did get Calantir though. This is going to be Clang Traumwelt. That's acceptable. Super fast general. And I believe that more maneuver means less attrition too. Caught their armies trying to run away. Stack wipe, stack wipe. Beautiful. I'm really not sure where on earth Castile's armies are. Because they've definitely not shown up for duty here. I'm really tempted to kill these rebels myself, and then I'll take Toledo. How are the various sides doing? Russia is now fighting back, although not doing amazingly. But they are siphoning off a lot of the enemies over there. How's the Commonwealth doing? Quite well. How's France doing? It's taking a bit of unrest. Though I think we are... Yeah, we're actually retaking Bohemia. That's really good. I'm going to increase the subsidies that I'm sending Russia. To 10, rather than just 5. Because I'm having a surprisingly easy time of it here in Iberia. This fight might end up hurting a bit, though. Russia's doing the Russia thing, spreading endless armies thin against their endless manpower, yeah, basically. Austria and the Ottomans are now rivals. So next time the Ottomans wouldn't just give access through their territories. Ansbach has peaced out. Who's contributing the most here, I wonder? Burgundy has rivaled me. Aragon's got 15%. France has got 22. And Venice is 18. Venice, France, and Austria. No. Venice, Aragon, and France are carrying the most. And we three are actually allied. So it's like the core alliance here, doing all the heavy lifting. And it looks like we're going to have them nicely blockaded too. Wouldn't be surprised if we peace out Castile and Portugal early. Castile's still pretty happy. Portugal probably less so. Another thing I do want to do is declare my interest in some of the Portuguese colonies, especially Cuba. Oh. A war ally has already claimed the whole of the Caribbean, apparently. Who? Nobody else is over here. Probably Russia. Just because the most random nations decide to claim colonial powers. I've Had that problem before. Burgundy is boycotting us. And a bunch more of the bastions are done. So these are going to be the homeland Aragon bastions being finished. I'm going to take the trade ship propagation, I think. And actually, speaking of which, you guys may as well get back to work protecting trade in Sevilla, so we can keep on stealing your money. I don't think you can change your interest during a war. You can, so long as nobody else has claimed it. Which is how I've claimed Mercia. Why are Russians down in Aragon? You need to be up here, guys. You're in the wrong place. Freedom of the press. With the spread of popular literacy, a great number of cheap minor publications, pamphlets, chapbooks, and similar, have begun to circulate in greater numbers. While many of them are just popular ballads, stories of gossip, some are thinly veiled attempts at criticising the pillars of our state and the religious establishment. I really don't want to lose the innovativeness, so I'm going to take the unrest for 10 years. That's going to suck. Oh no, we've still got a majorly good unrest reduction, so that's fine. Because unlike Republican tradition, legitimacy actually does something positive when it's high. Actually, you go to Coimbra. Castile, still high. Portugal, even higher. Once Toledo goes, I suspect that Castile's going to find their interests in pursuing this war waning. Where are their navies? Let's go and do some naval damage. We will hunt them down. "15,000 Russians just casually marching through the south of Spain for reasons." That is looking like a very juicy Danish army to go and crush. Ooh, especially if I can catch them up here. Mostly light ships and transports. We'll see how we do. Ah, that's where their fleet is. This is a group of ships I would very much like to capture if possible.